let's get you some voices of young people of Indian origin who are in the UK and how they view the monarchy as we are seeing this massive coronation.
As I can see behind me, Britain is very blue, not in mood, but in color. With me are some young Indian voices, British Indian voices. I have Priya Virmani, I have Pranav Bhanot there, and I have Maya, who are young British Indians working very hard in Britain and also at the same time feeling a mixture of identities, both Indian as well as British. I'm going to go across to you guys to try and understand what this, I'll start with you, Maya. What's the mood, what's the sentiment, and what's your reaction to this Pledge of Allegiance?
I think the mood in Britain's quite mixed. Certainly since the Queen passed away, there's been a mix of reaction towards the monarchy. Me personally, I'm for the monarchy. I think they do a great job in uniting the country. People can be divided based on their different political views, but the monarchy brings everyone together as one nation.
So it's important to put this pledge into context. As the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, has said, it is optional, it is not a command. So that puts it in the context of us being in a democratic country where we have the choice to exercise. But I also want to put it in historical context. So this comes from a very feudal mindset where historically the royals and peers, those at the House of Lords, are the ones who would give this pledge to the monarch at the time of coronation. And now it's been given to the people of this country. While this has received a lot of criticism, on the other hand, it can also be seen as something inclusive.
I think there is a lot that the monarchy does, which is very supportive. But don't get me wrong, there is a lot more that the monarchy needs to do. Well, they need to appeal to the young people. I think the popularity of the monarch among 18 to 25s is at an all-time low. So if the monarchy is going to remain relevant, there has to be active and proactive steps being taken, not just by the current king, but also the Prince of Wales, to make the monarchy relevant and attractive to the new generation.
Future generations. Now there's this one debate that props up every time the royal family is in the news, and that is the precious Kohinoor, which is only miles away from where we're standing in central London. Have you had thoughts of that? Should the Kohinoor go back to India?
Well, the Indian diaspora today right across the world is making strides, and what better symbolism of that than our country right now having a Prime Minister who is of Indian origin, who will be in an unprecedented fashion reading from the Bible as a practicing Hindu Prime Minister at this coronation on Saturday. So I think the strides we are making across the world, this is our current day Kohinoor.
I would be more in favour of a really good trade deal between India and UK, and actually focus and lobbying done in relation to a stronger future between the living bridge, the diaspora and India, than the Kohinoor itself.
I think the debate is actually wider than the Kohinoor. I think it's more about Britain acknowledging this colonial past, and I think to give credit to King Charles, he actually is the first English monarch to begin to do this. I read earlier that he's actually the first one to actually commission a study to look into Britain's role in the slave trade. His mother, on the other hand, Queen Elizabeth, didn't comment on this.
So mixed views indeed. King Charles, of course, known to be a good friend of India's, having visited India 10 times, always there for various interesting Indian things such as Ayurveda, classical music, etc., which he personally does love, including some good Punjabi food, as I hear. The coronation is on the 6th, and Britain is getting ready for a very grand, long weekend. Radhika Iyer from Central London, NDTV.